Hi, friends. January 2024. It's the future. Can you believe it? We're here. America's favorite comedian and spiritual speaker, Rachel LaForce, reporting live. I am coming to you from my new studio space. As you can tell, we're still moving things around. I'm still moving into this space. But this is the first newsletter from this new space. And I'm so excited as I continue to zhuzh it and get it together. So this feels very aligned to be bringing you the very first newsletter of the year in this new space. So I feel like the first thing that kind of pops up for me, we're just going to jump right in, is so many of us have been on this like kind of clawing our way here journey, whether that's some of you just had some sort of awakening, you're going through a divorce, you're doing a career change, you just got out of college. We're all in these different but very pivotal points and have had this kind of journey to this place. And I feel like this is really the year that we kind of like push ourselves up and out of the water. Like if you think about when you're getting out of the side of the pool, it's like, all right, arm up, and like push to get out. That's really what this year is. This is the bridge year of going into this whole next phase of your life. So it's really a beautiful and sacred year. They all are. But this year is really about the potential for shifts, change, fruits of your labor, new aligned ways of doing things, more prosperity, more relationships, all of that. This is a year that is really ripe for all of those opportunities. And it really, the interesting thing about this year is it's really like, I think learning about what is it that you really want. What is it that you really want? We've had this sense of clarity. You've done all this work. You've gotten to this place and figuring out it's like, okay, what is it really? Can you, it's the old school Hollywood, like elevator pitch. They used to say you could only, it's still true, but you could only pitch a television show or an idea if you could tell an executive if they're going up, 3 floors. It's got to be an 11-second elevator pitch. And so I feel like it's the same thing of when we can boil that down. And that doesn't mean forever, but that really means like this year. Because we're in an 8-year, 2024, 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. And 8 is vitality, it's life force. And it really has the potential with this momentum to really push us into what it is that we want to do next. Now, I also use the word push. And so being mindful of that, of like, be mindful of what it is that you're choosing, because this energy is going to push us very quickly, right? We're going into an election year. We know that like on an earthly level, it's like that's going to get insane. We're going to see a lot of this energy kind of pushing up against each other. So be aware that that chaotic energy is something that is available. Meaning, if we are not wise, if we're not paying attention, you're going to tap into that energy really quickly. But there's also this lane. If you're imagining them as a highway, there is this lane. It's the most beautiful, open, wide HOV lane. It's the chicks of it all, wide open spaces that's available for you to get into the driver's seat and go. And so if I would just really encourage you to get quiet and use this time. This newsletter today is not, oh, new year, new me. We're not doing that. I mean, if it's for you, you know what I mean? I'm here for it. But I think let's really use this hibernation time to get really clear on what is it that I want to build this year. I think so often, we're always like, oh, we have this whole year. And my husband this year for Christmas got me, it's literally says the big ass calendar, and it's just the entire year. And each month is just one line. So you can really see how it's actually not that much time. And in fact, when we do that, when we tap into the chaotic energy, when we tap into what we used to do, when we tap into what we think that we should want, when we tap into like what other people are doing, that's pulling our vitality, that's pulling our energy, and we're going all over the road. And it's going to take us longer to get to where it is that we want to be. So really getting clear on what is it that you want, even let's just go first quarter, right? And knowing that you can leapfrog. And this type of energy that we have this year, you have the ability to skip steps. And that's so rare that the energy that is available to us it's kind of like, it really is riding the wave of like, if you catch that wave, you don't have to do as much of the work. It'll bring you to shore. That's a lot of the same energy that we have this year. So get really mindful, spend the time to think about what is it that I'm really wanting to create so that you can be grounded and aware of what you're building, but allow that energy to move you forward. I think so much of this month is about reflecting on what has happened. So much of, I've said this joke a million times now. So if you take in my content many places, this joke is this content's being recycled. Do you know what I mean? But where it was like how quickly everybody was like, recapped it, you know, and then nobody's learning shit. You know what I mean? We're all just going to sit and and just step in the same dog shit all over again, and it's like, we don't have to do that this year. This is the year we're pushing ourselves out of the metaphoric pool, that we are doing something different. We're mindful to go up, going to step over that use this energy, use this clarity to honor past versions of yourself that have clawed their way to this side of the pool to push themselves up. So knowing that there are going to be obstacles this year, things are going to be going fast. It's going to feel fast. But right now we have this incubator of kind of this propelled motion. If you think about, we're kind of being swung back and forth of how can we just kind of slow down and be in this energy so that come March, end of March into April, it can just like, send us out into something that's new, and we'll be ready for it because we got clear on what we wanted. We built the foundation so that we can move forward. That's it. That's all I got. I was like, I feel like I could keep talking on it, but I think that's so clear and concise. And like, who doesn't like that? You know what I mean? Take your time back. And so I just want to pull a quick card for us. And so as always, I'm just going to kind of say a quick prayer. This is very sacred to me. Although it's not witchcraft, and it's not magic, but it is more than cards. So let's kind of see what we got and what everybody is needing. Huh. So, and I don't even have the deck that explains it, but that's fine. I can give you my own energetic read. So this is the Enlightenment card. I know you're going, it's finally time. I know you can't fully see it, but it's really beautiful. So this Enlightenment card right here, this is really nice. Just to give it a minute. It has this beautiful ship, and the ship is very small and narrow. Like it's not this big yacht. You're not taking everybody with you. And it's like touching up into the cosmos. And so I really love that it's like it knows exactly where it's going. The ship knows exactly where it's going. And again, I love that it's like we talked about riding the wave, and it's like it's right there. It knows where it's going. And it's so direct that it's in tune with the cosmos. It's like it's allowing itself to be led. And, I know that the word enlightenment feels like a little heavy, but I think it's as simple as like there is this sense of we do feel enlightened in a way. We do feel like in alignment. We do feel magical. We do feel all of these things when we're listening to our highest, when we are allowing ourselves to be led. And so, however, that means to you, however you identify your higher power, we all know that feeling. And so that's the wave that we're wanting to catch this year. That's the thing, which it's like, how can you follow the knowing and silence everything else? I love that this is at night. It's that same thing of like, sometimes the best way to travel is in silence. What I mean by that is this may not be a year where you're alerting every single person to what it is that you're doing. You don't need to bring every single person along, right? How can you travel in the dark and in silence in a way that is connected, that you're being led by the cosmos and you know exactly where you're going? That's what this energy is about. So I'm excited to hear from you all on socials, on YouTube, and all of the places about what this energy is like for you, how it's transforming, how you're feeling, because it is happening. It is fast. It is rapid. And so really making sure that you are at the helm of the ship and that you're not being dragged, because those really feel like the two main options for the year. And I'm interested to tune in and come back in about May and see where we are. I'm like, oh crap, I got caught up in it and I got dragged, but okay, we're almost midway through the year. How do we want to pivot and, metaphorically now be driving the ship and where we are. So just being aware of all of those things, and how what it is that you're working through kind of fits into that space. So I'm taking my own advice, because that's something I'm working on, and I am going slow. So the month of January, and as you maybe noticed if you follow me on socials, was kind of a slow end of the month, end of the year, that I was really wanting to be mindful of what do I want to create? How do I want to show up in all of these spaces? How do I want to show up for my family and balance those energies? And so the Rachel LaForce show is on hiatus. The last episode went out December 28th. So you can go and check that out. It's actually talking a lot about these same similar energies. So I really recommend it. As always, I tell people, if you're new to the podcast, almost every episode is evergreen, other than some of the astrological episodes, which I actually think sometimes they're good reflection episodes to go back. So you're like, oh my gosh, that was happening, right? But they're all evergreen. I mean, these are all things that even the thing I love the most about kind of these spiritual or higher teachings are that they're always relevant. They're just teaching us something new, right? It's like, I mean, the Bible, what a sense of like, being able to reinvent itself, where it's like we can go back and see something different because we're experiencing something in a new way. So please utilize that as a resource for yourself. The podcast will be coming back for season 4 with a very hot new rebrand, if I do say. It's not hot, but it is fun and fresh. So that rebrand and the episodes will be coming back. The first one will drop February 22nd. And so, because she's nothing if on brand. So 2/22, that's when that will be coming back. We're also going to be offering a really fun new piece to the podcast that will be free and available for everybody. So I'm not going to share all that quite yet, but that's just a fun cliffhanger for you. I've also been promoting the Misfit Light and kind of that energy and what that means. So please stay tuned. I'm also not going to share that in this space quite yet, but all of that is going to be coming out in February. So a lot of different ways to connect. Those are going to be my 2 focuses for a while, is really nurturing these spaces to bring you even more, to bring you more of myself, to get grounded in them. So stay tuned for all of that. Also, my one-on-one books, those are opening February 5th. So I do on my website, you can go and log on to get on the wait list. And those books will be opening up again. I'll put out another newsletter then to let you know books are open so you can grab your spot. Lots of new offerings for one-on-one. So if you've been wanting to work with me, you've been kind of getting that ping, but you're not sure, I think that that'll kind of percolate for you and you'll definitely be like, yes, this is for me. And if not the one-on-ones, again, there are so many free ways to come and engage and work with me. So I'm so excited to be bringing all of this your way. And then even looking forward, I'm shooting a 30-minute comedy special in March. So that'll be coming out too. So lots of fun stuff in both the foots, 1 foot in comedy and a few feet in spirituality. So lots of fun stuff. Wherever you are, I hope you're well. I know everybody was sick over the holidays. So again, just kind of letting that recovery, being okay with kind of stumbling into the new year. It's completely fine. Take your time, find your footing, shoulders back. And let's get to it. All right. Get out there. The world needs you. As always, you can find me at rachellaforce.com. You can send me an email. My DMs are always open. So please use me as a resource. If there's anything that I can do to help you out, I'm here to do so. I'm so grateful to have you in this space, to be sharing space with me, for all of your DMs. I received such beautiful words of encouragement all of the time from you guys. And you have no idea that is a lot of times what keeps the ship moving. You know what I mean? So again, keep your eye on the prize with the Enlightenment card, which I've now put away. But sail into the new year. Allow that energy to carry you. I am so excited. That's it. That's all I got. So tune out, tune in. Love you, mean it.